Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Disney has been put on blast by some Twitter users for using Latinx.
I knew this was coming.
Latinos don't like Latinx.
We have mentioned this many times in our video. We didn't know it at first either. People in the comments have told us many times, because we thought, what is this Latinx word? It's stupid. And people in the comments have told us many times that they do not like that. And a lot of people find it to be offensive and almost like a slur.
Yeah, because you are taking their language and you're saying, well, hey, the gendered pronouns and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't work for us. We're gonna tell you how to do it.
Yeah, because we're making changes because we're offended, and I guess their diversity and inclusion initiative group didn't know that. Didn't know that. Surprise.
Yeah, you could have just had, Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, or is that what they're actually calling it, Hispanic Latinx?
Who knows?
Heritage.
But Disney's getting blasted. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, this is going to happen because when you pander to a certain audience and you chase a certain audience and you're always about, trying to chase after the most progressive thing, you're going to alienate some people in the process, and you're never going to be woke enough. Let's be honest. You aren't. So let's talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 235,000 subs. Thanks for the support. We do talk about Disney quite a bit, having worked in and around the company in various capacities. You running a blog at piratesandprincesses.net.
I do.
And
we are not putting this on the blog.
No, we're not putting this one on the blog. This is a Clownfish TV video, though. This is just Disney kind of putting their foot in their mouth. Again.
I noticed, like I said, they had a Disney Parks blog article that came out yesterday or the day before. And it was this one. And it was yesterday. And I remember seeing it and I was like, oh boy. And I didn't see the other thing yet. And I had seen that and I was like, this isn't going to go well. And then when I saw the Twitter post and then I saw people responding to it, I was like, oh, could have told you, Disney. Could have told you this was not going to go the way you thought.
Yeah. You ask actual Latino people, Spanish-speaking people, what they think about the term, and it's predominantly negative.
You get some that use it, but for the most part, they don't.
The vibe I have gotten in talking to people is that it's a bunch of white Karens got together and came up with the term to try to be more inclusive, but
it's about gendered language is what it's about, because you have these people that are trying to take all gender out of language because it's offending them, and they're trying to project they're being offended by things onto other people. But unfortunately, when you have cultures that have had gendered language for centuries, you don't get to come in and say, well, your use of gendered language offends me, so we need a new term for you.
Yeah.
Because they have some terms for you then that you're not going to probably like and find offensive as well.
Yeah, so let's see some of the reactions here at Disney. Hola, my Latinx friends. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Reminder that Latinx isn't a word. Us Latinos will never use that word. That word was invented by woke whites who look down on us because they think we need them to save us. And Disney tried to trademark the rights to Dia de los Muertos back in the 2000s.
They did.
Corporate pandering.
We talked about that in another video before.
Yeah, they were basically trying to copyright the Day of the Dead for Coco, which they're using. Imagine getting called Latinx.
We're not using
other
that,
term,
which I won't
Latinx.
use.
What white nonsense is this?
Amen.
This is Latinx, like Mega Man X.
We kept thinking, like, what's Latinx? We're like, what the hell is that? And here's Latinx.
Yeah, I thought Latinx was some kind of X-Men like mutant. Sounds offensive. Thumbs down to Latinx. A growing number of LGBTQ communities here and abroad use Latina. Not only does it sound much less awkward in Spanish than Latinx, but the E can be applied to other words in verbal Spanish. Or you could just not change the language.
Yeah.
To suit a very small minority of people.
It's another place where, people over here think that the world should, bend to what they want and bend to what offends them. And they're always so up their own ass about how things are everywhere else in the world. Like, it's their business. It's how everybody else had it to be in their other countries because they're them.
I don't know how many times us Latinos need to tell you, but Latinx is not a word. Stop using it. Mm-hmm. You can say Latino, Disney. It's not a swear word. Hello, my fellow Latinx. Oh. Never forget that we tried buying the rights to a fucking holiday.
Yep.
It's easier to just call me a slur instead. Not to mention Latine is way better and more tolerable.
Yeah, everybody's mad about them trying to copy the dead for copyright. The dead.
Oh my God. Reminder that even the Google Twitter translator translates the Latinx as Latino or Latina. That's for now. Yeah, they'll change it. Latinx is an English language conceit, which plainly doesn't work in Spanish. Besides, Latin already exists in English. Not doing anyone any favors by butchering their language. Stop being pretentious.
Yes, thank you. This is what gets me is that it's just I'm so tired of the arrogance. Like we see it with them trying to tell Japan what they should do. And then they had the article about how they need to stop putting military uniforms and that they were going to go over there and tell them. And it's like, stop. The world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what happens. Like, stop being offended on behalf of other people. Unless a group of people are specifically asking you for your opinions or for your help, just assume that they have it.
This is like when they were getting all fed about Speedy Gonzalez, and they were like, "Stop doing that because we like Speedy Gonzalez." I'm just tired of these corporations and these people on Twitter. I saw that people on Twitter just deciding for everyone else in the world what you should and shouldn't do. Now, you're not allowed to call them things they find offensive. You'll get banned, you'll get booted, you'll get flagged. You can't call them things but they are getting to decide what terms you should be called. You don't even get a right to decision in that. And it's absolute shit.
Who is this for? I love this. Stop saying Latinx. The people you're referring to have made it incredibly obvious that they ain't comfortable with the word. Right. So you have to ask yourself, who are you doing this for? Latino people who don't actually like it, or guilty white people?
Yes. Maybe Disney should stop listening to this diversity and inclusion group that you're putting on everything.
Even spell check knows it's not a real word. Knock it off.
Yes, I like this. This is what I keep thinking of. Latinx is to us what the N word is for black people.
Say Latin Americans is not that complicated. Ratioed. What the hell is a Latinx? Stop the Latinx nonsense. It's either Latino or Latina. That's not how it works, you little shit.
I mean, I can't even with these people. And they just keep doing it. And they keep doing it to other countries. And they think that, there was somebody getting mad. Okay, I remember I saw something the other day that somebody wrote Crayola. And they were all mad because they thought it had a derogatory black name on the black crayon.
Oh, negro?
Yeah.
Which is,
and it's Spanish for black.
Spanish.
And they're like, imagine being so up your own ass that you don't understand that other countries in the world have names for things too, not just you.
Well, they should change it because some white Karens are offended. Most Latino adults have never heard of the term Latinx, and few.
Yes. Yeah, 3% use
3%. And it's, yeah.
If they keep telling you they don't like it, don't use it. If I would tell you if groups of people tell you they don't like something, okay, for example, if somebody's LGBTQ and there's a derogatory name being used for those people, and people are using it all the time, and you keep saying not to use it, they should stop using it, right? Or otherwise they're being shitty people. Why do they keep doubling down on this?
Disney decides to use racial slurs. Yeah, Twitter won't have it. And this is the audience that you're courting there,
right,
Disney.
And not just that. Disney keeps putting these people in. They had, you know what they called their group? When they had their Reimagine Tomorrow, and they had this, they literally segregated people into groups that it was optional. They weren't forced to do it, but it was supposed to be so they can get representation advice from the groups of what they like to see. And the group that was the Hispanic group, they were calling Ola.
Because that's the only word we know.
I'm just like, I mean, they might have named themselves, but I'm like, really?
We meet at Taco Bell.
No, because they wouldn't meet there. That's not real Mexican food.
Well, neither is Latinx.
Yes,
it's not real Spanish. Yeah, so this is interesting. So I think as Disney chases this diversity and inclusion, they're going to make many faux pas.
Yes, because, and it's just the internet in general. If they keep telling you they don't like it, you using it and forcing it on people over and over again isn't going to make it suddenly okay. If that was the case, then we'd have a lot of other slurs that would be okay to throw around. Ironica. That we'd just be able to throw around. Sorry, that's funny.
I think we need to end on that one. They try to represent Latinos, but they show Mexico. Oh,
yeah. That's true.
That is true. So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.